Hi, welcome to Bedtime Stories. So tonight I'm going to talk about, there's just so many topics that I could cover. I just was trying to figure out what I want to talk about. So I think tonight I might cover meeting my husband and the beginning of our relationship. And, without too much crazy detail, I'm not like looking to make this series like too insanely detailed. That's what I have a therapist for. So I could talk to her about that. But which I highly recommend. I highly recommend talk therapy, FYI. And don't be ashamed to go see a therapist because it is the most just it's just so, I think, very, very much needed for anyone. Even if you don't have any like past trauma or anything, I still feel like it's something that 99% of people probably need in their life. It's just someone to talk through life with. Even if you have a spouse and a best friend and parent, like in your close people, sometimes you just need to talk to somebody else, about those people. And that's okay. So anyway, yeah, so like I'll save like all the, those juicy details for her. I just kind of wanted to use this platform to just get for everybody to get to know me a little bit better. I'm not trying to like out all of my family and things that, crazy things that have happened. But I just wanted to like bring up a couple things that like about my life that would make you feel more comfortable, and learn about me a little bit more. So I feel like this is a safe topic, how I met my husband. So let's get into it. So me and my husband have been together for a pretty long time. So we're getting ready to celebrate our 20th wedding anniversary this year, which is kind of crazy to me because I feel like it's just so weird. I feel like we like just celebrated like, 10 years, 5 years. It's just goes by so quickly. Like you just don't even realize, especially when you have like kids and you got all that going on. I think that's what really makes the time fly by. But yeah, so we have been together. We've been married for almost 20, but we've been together for 22, 23 years, I guess. We actually had our first date in 2003. We both worked at the same grocery store. And if you are someone that knows us, you know what grocery store I'm talking about. It's a grocery store where a lot of love relationships and marriages evolved from. It was a small grocery store, and then it like expanded. They built a new one, and then I got like much bigger, but there was a lot of like, friendships that were built, coworkers and stuff that just became relationships, and everyone was like kind of really, really close. And, so I had been worked, if you watch my episode on my jobs and my careers, that was a time when I was working there, and I was actually, the time I met him was when I was working as the bookkeeper for that grocery store. So I was working in the office at the time, and he had like come back and forth. Like he had worked there before, and then he came back because he had went away to college, and then he came back. And I didn't know him because he worked in a different department than I did. But I did work alongside his sister, who is now my sister-in-law, of course. And so I think if I can recollect correctly, I have such a bad memory, like it's so bad. I think that she introduced us and set us up, if I can recall. Not 100% sure. I think she did. It was either her or it was this other woman in the cash office that I worked with, that I just can't remember 100% how it all kind of happened. But whatever the case, he was working in the deli at the time. He always worked in a deli, actually. He worked in the deli / seafood, kind of like bounced back and forth. And I was working in the cash office slash sometimes I would work customer service area. So different departments, but he likes to say he would make excuses to like come up to like walk by customer service so he could like see me and stuff. And for when I was down there, because I think I would like work both areas. Like sometimes I'd be scheduled for the office, sometimes I'd be scheduled for customer service. And anyway, so we got set up to have our first date. It actually was the day after Thanksgiving in 2003. So it was a Friday, obviously. So Black Friday, 2003. We were scheduled, or we were supposed to go see Bad Santa at the movie theater. And we had went to dinner first, and I guess like I had just, cause like I was 19. Yeah, I was 19 at the time. No, I had just turned 20 because my birthday's in early November and this was late November. So I literally just turned 20 years old. So, I was very young and I was like in this mindset of like after the holidays, like I always like would go on a diet. So because Thanksgiving was literally the day before, I was like, oh, and the next day I'm going on a diet. So we went out to eat and all I got was like a salad and water. And I remember him saying, not that night, but like after we were together for a while, he was like, I was so confused. Like all you got was salad and water. And the dinner went by so quickly because all I got was salad and water and we ate so quickly. So he anticipated like, I guess the dinner being a lot longer. And we got to the movie theater way earlier than the movie was scheduled. So like, we couldn't see Bad Santa because we were there so early. So we wound up seeing the movie Elf that was out at the theater at the time. They were both out at the same time, which thank gosh, because if you've ever seen Bad Santa, that is not a movie that you want to see on your first date with somebody. I was like, after the fact, I was like, oh my gosh, thank gosh we did not see Bad Santa. Like I would have been so upset. But anyway, so we went out to dinner, got to the movie theater. It poured torrential rain. I remember, because once you hear our story, you'll find out that it rains on every important event in our story. For some reason, it does. It rained on our first date. It rained on our engagement. It rained on our wedding day. It rains when we had babies. It just rains, and it's like our good luck type of symbol, I guess. But yeah, that's how we know something good's gonna happen, I guess, is rain. So went to the movie theater. Yeah, so that was our first date, and it's funny because like he dropped me off, and then like he wound up calling me that same night and saying like he got lost like leaving my house, and he wound up in like a whole nother like city, and he didn't know where he was. So we had like a funny chat about that and like laughing about that or whatever, and he had to like call his mom and his sister to like come get him or something. It was funny anyway. So anyway, I will say that, so we were together like that whole month of December. We did separate from January through May. We were not together that January through May, for reasons that I won't get into here, but we did get back together in May of 2004. And from that point on, we've been together ever since. And we actually got engaged that December. So we got engaged December 2004. Well, we moved in together and got our first apartment together in September 2004. And then we got engaged in December 2004, which he was going to propose to me the night he was going to propose to me, which he did propose to me, but it was supposed to be outside, like we have like a local little amusement park thing, and they have like a big huge tree out there at Christmas time, and you can go under it, and it like puts out fake snow. And he was going to proposed to me under this big tree, like when the snow is coming down, and we were going to leave, and it just like starts downpouring. And he's like, oh my gosh, like, so he says to my mom and my stepdad, you know, at the time, and he's like, what do I do? What do I do? And he's like, never mind, I'm just doing it here in the house. So he wound up proposing to me in front of the Christmas tree in the house because it poured rain. So that kind of got, I mean, whatever, it didn't get ruined. It was still wonderful, but it's just funny because, of course, rain. So that was December 2004. And then we got married the following October in 2005. And then we were, you know, planning an outside wedding. We ordered 100 chairs for 100 guests. And don't you know it, torrential downpours on our wedding day. I literally remember calling in from our honeymoon, like it downpoured rain from the day of our wedding, like days after, like just nonstop pouring. I called my mom from our honeymoon, and she's like, it's still raining. I'm like, what the heck? It was just the craziest thing that it just continues to rain on everything, every important day for us. So we got married in 2005, and we did get pregnant with our first child like right away. Unfortunately, we lost that child to miscarriage, and we took some time off. After that, we decided to wait to have children for like about a year after that. And then I got pregnant with my older son the following year. So he was born in 2007, and he's just about to turn 18 this year and graduate high school. And, you know, we've been together ever since, and we've had a lot of crazy experiences, and we've raised 3 children, and it's been a crazy ride. But I always say that my husband has been, I don't know, there's something different about our relationship. It's like, I don't know what the right word is. I don't even know if it's like a really soulmate, but just like, he's like, just like my person. Like, I can't imagine my life with anybody else in this entire world except him. You know, I just can't. I absolutely can't. And even like when we're arguing or disagreeing, and you know, things have been bad. I mean that's what relationships are. You know, things get bad and then they get good again. Even when they were the baddest of the bad and the hardest of the hard, he still always was my person and will be, and that never changes. So I'm just so grateful for him. He's such a blessing to me, and I'll get into a little bit more in another video about how I truly believe that he was brought to me to really focus on my faith and to bring that to light for me, because without him, I don't know if I would be where I am in my faith today. I just feel like he has just been such a light for my soul, and he has brought me so far in my faith, and I want to touch on that. I just don't have enough time in this video to really go down that path right now, but I do. It's because that's going to take like so much more time to talk about how my faith journey has started, and maybe I'll do that in the next video. But yeah, so he's the love of my life. Honestly, I can't wait to grow old with him. We are probably about, I want to say 8 years out from, we were young parents, and we're 8 years out from having grown adult children. And we're excited to do travel and have some time together and be able to experience things together that we necessarily didn't get to do because we were so young when we started having kids. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say other than I love him. I love him so much. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me tonight. I look forward to talking to you more tomorrow night. I hope you have a great night. Sweet dreams.